So the play that I went to see was called Six Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks. It was written by Richard Alfieri, and the director and the choreographer was Dan Kelly. I went to go see this play yesterday, November 28th, and I saw it at Stage Door Theater in Coral Springs. And Theater 2, which was a smaller theater than Theater 1, where they do their bigger productions. This play, it was actually a pretty good play. I think they overdid it a little bit. It seems like it was just one of those local writers who came up with this, and the main character, which was Larry Bezzeo, he played Michael Minetti, the dance instructor. He was actually involved with the original play in St. Petersburg with the guy that wrote it, Alfieri. So he was the original character, so he knew how to play it pretty well. Phyllis Spear was the lady that played Lily, the retired South Carolina Baptist woman who wanted companionship. So she knew how to dance already, but she wanted a companion. So she hired Michael with the company Six Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks to teach her how to dance, even though she already knew how to dance. She wanted a companion. Her performance wasn't that believable. She didn't really seem to fit the role as a person. It just didn't seem right. She didn't seem like she was conservative. So she tried, and it just seemed like she was uncomfortable in certain situations, and saying things that a conservative woman would say. It was just really hard to get her and put her alongside the character and make them one. Like, I saw more of the actress than I did an actual character when she came on stage. She wasn't that good with positioning on the stage. When Larry's character, when he was trying to make a very important point, she kept moving around, and she was kind of upstaging him a little bit at points when he was supposed to be the one you're supposed to be focusing on. When he was saying something very important, she'd be standing downstage while he was upstage, and she would keep moving around, and it would completely ruin where your attention was supposed to be, and he'd say something important and you'd miss it because she was moving around and you were focused more on her. It just seemed like she wasn't meant for that part. Larry's part as Michael, he was really good. It was just, I think he overdid the acting and the gay stereotype. I wasn't that impressed with it. I think it should have been toned down a little bit more. I grew up firsthand with that kind of lifestyle, seeing as my brother does performances, and he does drag queen performances and other kind of performances in downtown Fort Lauderdale. So I know the type of acting that should be happening, and he was overacting, and no gay person actually acts the way that Larry's character was acting. So I just didn't think it was really that believable, and it was kind of like the stereotypes, the gay stereotypes. I didn't like that. Maybe to the Jewish audience, or because they were all old people. I think I was I was definitely the youngest one there by about 40 years. So maybe to them it was believable, and that's probably what stereotypes they've gotten. So maybe it was okay for them, but I come from a different type of background and growing up than I'm sure they did back in the 20s. So I didn't like that, but the audience seemed to enjoy it. So I think there was the plot was kind of like a bad Lifetime movie. I really didn't like it. It was one of those things where you'd see some like F movie actors doing it on Lifetime channel, and it wasn't that great. It was cute how they ended up getting so close together, and such a difference in their ages, and she's from South Carolina and she's a Baptist, and he's a gay queen who loves to dance and lives his life and is just looking for the right man, and she lost her husband and her daughter, so she's just trying to have fun in life. It's cute. It was touching at the end when they danced in the moonlight, and then they had each other as best friends. But it's not my type of play. I went and saw. I see things like Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables, and I don't normally see things like this, so it was a little bit different. There was a lot of unnecessary information that was added to the plot. It ended up making the dialogue a bit messy, such as when they tried to start dancing. I understand that the play should have been about dancing, since it is called 6 Dance Lessons in 6 Weeks. But then again, that was what my interpretation should have been, what I expected from it, when really it was just more of an emotional type of play, where it was more about emotions than actual dancing. There was just too much talking and too many distractions, and there were pieces that didn't need to happen, like Phyllis's character getting phone calls from her neighbor downstairs and staying on the phone a little too long, and it just seemed like it didn't make any sense. The scenery was very boring. It was a pink house, or supposed to be a house, the inside of a house, like a living room, with wicker furniture, and she was supposed to live in the Gulf, like on the Gulf, and she was supposed to be like on a second-story condo or something where she can see out over the ocean, and I really didn't see, it. They could have done so much more with the lighting and the scenery. They just had a blue light coming into the window, and you were supposed to believe that that was the outside, and I just couldn't see it. It just looked like a big opening with a blue light going in the back. The lighting was definitely boring, so, I think that's about it. They stayed in character pretty well. The only one, like I said, was Phyllis's character, Lily. It just didn't seem like she fit it correctly. Stage Door did a really good job with this production, though. It was clean. Everything transitioned very smoothly. It seemed like the stage director was taking care of everything properly, at the intermissions, and getting everything back on track. And I didn't hear the actors slip up with any words. They seemed very genuine. They knew what they were doing. They seemed like professionals, even though it's a not-for-profit place. But I enjoyed it, and it was fun. The company wasn't that great. I was by myself with a room of Jewish old ladies and old guys. I guess they finished golf or something, and they wanted to go see a play. So I would have rather seen something bigger. It was a very small room. There was maybe 9 rows and 6 seats in each row. It was very small theater, and you were very close to the stage, and I think that just ruined the whole theater experience for me, because I'm so used to seeing things in large scale. So, but overall, I think it was a really good play. Not my thing, but it was good for being a small production and being a local production that was written and produced mostly down here in Florida. I think it was pretty good.